I'm Amber with Bare Knuckle Fight League TV, coming to you live from Las Vegas, hanging out with Josh Haynes. How are you today?
Good, very good.
So why did you start fighting? Were you bullied in school as a kid, or what was the motivation behind it?
I grew up fighting. Just like so many kids. I didn't have a dad, had an older brother, younger brother. I got my mom. My older brother's about 8 years older than me, and his idea of growing me up, making a man, was to take me down to the park and make me fight the other kids. So everybody kind of come down to the park and people would bring their brothers, and ultimately we ended up getting in fights. Whether it just happened or it was match made, we'd fight. But
now you get paid for it.
Well, and I do. But what's interesting is growing up, I've always been a big kid. Always been a heavyweight. Whether I ebb and flow, whether I cut weight or I come back, I am genetically built to be. And I like food and I like a little Jameson, so I just gained weight, right? But in middle school and high school, I was a big kid. So yeah, I got bullied, I got jerked around. And it was funny though, because until about the 6th grade, I was picked on. And then all of a sudden I'm bigger, I'm stronger. Now I'm wrestling in junior high. And now the bullies are thinking, a couple more times, once, twice, 3 times before they decide to pick on me. So they start picking on other people. And then I became the guy that people would come to when they're getting bullied.
Okay.
And then I started fighting, not because I was getting picked on, but because people were picking on other people. So I would, I'd show up after school and, I'd end up whooping somebody's ass for picking on somebody else. And
right.
So I've been fighting forever. I mean, in whatever way you want to call it. Kids don't really fight. We just kind of roll around and give each other hugs. The transition into the fight game was very natural for me. I never intended to become famous. Once I started fighting and I realized I was okay at it, then it became, okay, I want to make it to the UFC.
So being a hero is nothing new to you since being a kid, but recently, October 1st, the tragedy here in Las Vegas, you were a hero to a fellow police officer?
I am not a hero. So I was in the right place at the right time in a terrible situation. It's well known. The facts are out there. He who shall not be named decided to do what he did, and he opened fire on the Route 91 concert, and many people lost their lives. And me and my trainee that night, along with a bunch of other people, we showed up on scene, and we made the best mistake possible. We parked our vehicles with our overhead lights on directly where the shooter could see us. We didn't know. We thought he was inside the venue, but he was in an elevated position, and it pulled his fire off the crowd. And, so he started raining bullets down on us, which was great because hopefully it kept someone getting hurt. But, my trainee got shot. So, I did what I had to do. I stole a car and got him to the hospital, but, he's good. But it's one of those things where, just like a fight, it really, it's just like, everything in life's just like a fight. Or maybe a fight's just like life, but you react. You act, you react. I couldn't have told you that was going to happen, because if I would have known, I would have stopped it. But I can tell you that when it did happen, I was trained well enough to make sure I had the skill sets in place to, if not save everybody, save somebody. And, with a fight, it's the same thing. We train, we make sure we have the skills that are in place to maybe not save everybody, but hopefully save my own ass.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not a hero. I just happened to help somebody out, and I was in the right place.
So you're a little older since your last fight, and how have you been preparing for your upcoming fight against Friday?
Nope. No, it's like this. The bare knuckle fighting started to kind of bear its head, and the passion came back quick. The thing about this sport is 20, 30, 40, probably even into your 50s. It's based on economy, emotion, movement. It's not like MMA where I have to throw my whole body against another human being. Age is an excuse, 100%. People love to make excuses about what they can and can't do. And unfortunately, now we live in a society where age, social status, ethnicity, where you grew up, it's all an excuse. People don't want to own the fact that they have the power to dictate their future. I'll fight, honestly, until I can't fight anymore. When my body tells me that I'm no longer capable, that's when it's time to stop fighting. And then I'll just find some old dude to fight, I'm sure.
So then you're perfect.
Sure,
regarding
I totally think I'm
with
perfect.
your fighting background.
I am perfect. What do you mean by that?
I mean, with your fighting background, you are probably really good at taking down the bad guys.
That's not my job.
Oh, because you don't get to.
My job is not to fight. My job is to find the bad guy, prove that they committed a crime, and put them in jail. You think about how long it's been since my last fight, and there's a very clear reason, because I had to grow up. It's a tough road. You know, people want to glorify the path of a fighter.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Passion doesn't pay. Passion's
Right.
fun. We do it because it's a passion, but it ain't gonna pay your bills. I fight because I love it, but I'm getting paid. It's real simple. You pay me, I'll whoop someone's ass. I'm cool with that.
I love how blunt you are with that. Makes sense.
It's just a fight, you know, and I don't have to fight because I don't like somebody. We can be best friends. As long as we're getting paid, it's a partnership, right?
Yeah.
And you win, I win, we both lose, we both win, whatever, we're good. And I'll buy you a beer when it's done.
Yeah.
And we'll say, hey, good job.
Right.
And we'll probably be cool forever. In something like this, or even what I do from a day-to-day basis, you know, ego kills you. You know, ego breeds ignorance.
Yes.
And ignorance breeds failure. God forbid, ego closes my eyes and, you know, Friday dots it up because I had too much ego to recognize his skill set.
You have grown up. Isn't it nice? It's
a
nice
lot
to
of
grow
work.
up. It
It's a lot of
is.
work.
Oh, it sucks being an adult sometimes.
But I'll tell you what, it saves a lot of people the fact that I grew up, because I did some terrible shit before I did.
Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to seeing you June 1st at the Fight League compound.
Okay.
Awesome.
Right on.